They say the dead will rise again. And here they come now. Strange animals out of the ice age. And they stare here, dumbfounded, like big mistakes. And we say, keep cool. Maybe if we pretend this never happened, they'll all just go away. What does she want? So Cody, what does she want? Asobo, me what touch you? And yet, what touch you? We could all be. Kotori, what does she know? Wrong. Sakebi, what does she know? Wouldn't be the first time. They've got plates for hands and telescopes for eyes. And they say, look, down there, a haunted planet spinning round. They say, watch it move. Watch it shake. Watch it turn and shake. Watch us move now. Watch us shake. We're so pretty. Shake our hands. Shake our hands. We shake our feet. We're so
going down like a big bald head, disappearing behind the boulevard. It's Sharky's night. Yeah, it's Sharky's night tonight. And the manager says, Sharky, he's not at his desk right now. Could I take a message? Sharky says, "Hey, Kamasabe, long time no see." He says, "Hey, sport, you connect the dots. You pick up the pieces." He says, "You know, I can see two tiny pictures of myself, and there's one in each of your eyes. And they're doing everything I do. Every time I light a cigarette, they light up theirs. I take a drink, and I look again, and they're drinking too. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me nuts." Sharky says, deep in the heart of darkest America, home of the brave, he says, "Listen to my heartbeat." Paging Mr. Sharky, white courtesy telephone, please.
Well, I stopped in at the body shop. Said to the guy, "I want stereo FM installed in my teeth. Then take this mole off my back and put it on my cheek. And while I'm here, why don't you give me some of those high-heeled feet?" And he said, "Listen, there's no guarantee. Nature's got rules and nature's got laws. But listen, look out for the monkey's paw." And I said, "What?" He said, "The gift of life, it's a twist of fate. It's a roll of the die. It's a free lunch, a free ride. But nature's got rules and nature's got laws. And if you cross her, look out. It's the monkey's paw. It's saying, oh. It's saying, give me 5. It's saying, bye-bye. I know a man, he lost his set. He said, "The way I feel, I'd be better off dead." He said, "I got everything I ever wanted. Now I can't give it up. It's a trap, just my luck. The gift of life, it's a loop of fate. It's a roll of the die. It's a free lunch, a free ride. The gift of life, it's a shot in the dark. It's the call of the wild. It's the big wheel, the big ride. But nature's got roots and nature's got law. And if you cross her, look out. It's the monkey's paw. You better stop. Look around. Listen. You could be an acapella salesman going from door to door. Or would you like to swing on a star and carry moonbeams home? Or next time around, you could be a small bug. Or would you like to be a fish? Look out. It's the monkey's paw. singing. Give me 5. It's singing. It's singing. Now, the book is called Stories from the Nerve Bible. And what I mean by the Nerve Bible is the body. And parts of the body appear and disappear throughout the book, adding up to a kind of self-portrait, although not a very naturalistic one. And I used the word Bible in the title of this book because the first really strange stories I remember hearing were Bible stories. And these stories were completely amazing, about parting oceans and talking snakes. And people really seemed to believe these stories. And I'm talking about adults. Adults who mainly just did the most mundane things imaginable, mowing their lawns and throwing potluck parties. They all believed in these wild stories. And they would sit around and discuss them in the most matter-of-fact way. So in a way, I was introduced to a special local form of surrealism at an early age. And so there was always a question in my mind about what's actually true and what is just another art form. Now, I've always been interested in trying to define what makes up the late 20th century American, for example. And so, as an artist, I've always thought my main job was to be a spy, to use my eyes and ears and find some of the answers. For example, I like to hang around the banks of phones in airports, one of my favorite listening posts, and eavesdrop on conversations. Now, I usually travel on the same schedule as salesmen, and after lunch, these guys call into the main office, and I just stand there at the phones, listening in and taking notes for my portrait of the American salesman.
Frank? Listen, Frank. You know, I hate to say this about Brad. I mean, we both know he's got a heck of a job. Yeah. Oh, you're so right. But you know, we both know that Brad just isn't pulling his weight. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this just because we're both up for the same Safeway account.
So this book is really a collection of voices and stories, as well as portraits of people that I've met along the way. Now, only an expert can deal with the problem, because half the problem is seeing the problem. And only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. So if there's no expert dealing with the problem, it's really actually twice the problem. Because only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. In America, we like solutions. We
like solutions to problems, and there's so many companies that offer solutions. Companies with names like the pet solution, the hair solution, the debt solution, the world solution, the sushi solution. Companies with experts ready to solve these problems. Because only an expert can see there's a problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. Only an expert can deal with the problem. Let's say you're invited to be on Oprah, and you don't have a problem. But you want to go on the show, and so you need a problem. And so you invent a problem. But if you're not an expert in problems, you're probably not going to make up a very plausible problem. And so you're probably going to get nailed. You're going to get exposed. And you're going to have to bow down and apologize and beg for the public's forgiveness. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. And on these shows, the shows that try to solve your problems, the big question is always, how can I get control? How can I take control? But don't forget, this is a question for the regular viewer. The person who's barely getting by. The person who's watching shows about people with problems. The person who's one of the 60% of the US population. 1.3 weeks away. 1.3 paychecks away from a shelter. In other words, a person with problems. So when experts say, let's get to the root of the problem, let's take control of the problem, because if you take control of the problem, you can solve the problem. Often this doesn't work at all because the situation is completely out of control. Because only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. Sometimes experts lend you money, and sometimes they lend you lots of money. And sometimes when the subprime mortgages collapse, and banks close and businesses fail, and the crisis spreads around the world, sometimes other experts say, just because all the markets crashed doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad thing. And other experts say, just because all your friends are fired and your family's broke and we didn't see it coming doesn't mean that we were wrong. And just because you lost your job and your house and all your savings doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for the bailouts, for the traders and the bankers and the speculators. Because only an expert can design a bailout, and only an expert can expect a bailout. Because only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. When it's really, 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 really hot, and it's July and January, and there's no more snow, and huge waves are wiping out cities, and hurricanes are everywhere, and everyone knows it's a problem. But if some of the experts say it's no problem, and if other experts claim it's no problem, or explain why it's no problem, then it's simply not a problem. But when an expert says it's a problem, and makes a movie about the problem, and wins an Oscar about the problem, and gets the Nobel Prize about the problem, then all the other experts have to agree it is most likely a problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. can invade another country and flatten it and ruin it and create havoc and civil war in that other country. If the experts say it's not a problem, and everyone agrees they're experts and good at seeing problems, then invading those countries is simply not a problem. And if a country tortures people and holds citizens without cause or trial and sets up military tribunals, this is also not a problem, unless there's an expert who says this is the beginning of a problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. 'Cause only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem, and only an expert can deal with the problem. 'Cause only an expert can see there's a problem, and seeing the problem is half the problem. Because only an expert can deal with the problem, only an expert can deal with the problem. My eyes snap open and I get up, I say, this must be my lucky day. Jump up, get out, get on my way. Every slobbery frog and every mangy dog that crosses my path reminds me you're my precious jewel and you're my precious one, my compensation. I used to live in a big house. All I ever thought about was getting out. When I met you, there was something about you. Every slobbery frog and every mangy dog that crosses my path conspires to remind me I love your brain. I love your brain. I love your brain.
Strange perfume, long lost room, that blue day came, it stayed all night, blue morning, blue midnight. The city fell, and then you were gone. What is love but a robin song? Ooh, these days, these endless blue days, they're perfect in their own. Perfect in their own way. Ooh, those days. Strange perfume, long lost room, perfect in their own way, perfect in their own way. Where does love go when love is gone? Toward war-torn city. Ooh, those blue days that stay too long. What is love but a robin song? Ooh, these days, these endless blue days, they're perfect in their own way, perfect in their own way. Where does love go when love is gone? Toward war-torn city. Ooh, those blue days that stay too long.
Daughters, you want who was a wanderer.
What Fassbinder film is it? The one-armed man comes into the flower shop and says, "What flower expresses days go by?" And they just keep going by endlessly, pulling you into the future. Days go by, endlessly, endlessly pulling you into the future. And the florist says,